Hi, I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. I am in my Winterport Beaver Lane yard, which has been used as a nuke yard, and I'm here with my daughter-in-law Hannah.
Hello.
Also a member of Beekeeping 24/7. So she's giving me a hand and getting a little bit more experience. Hannah's just started her first hive this year, so first of my daughter-in-laws to start. Brownie points there, definitely. So what we have, this is the yard that I've used. I've had nucs in it that have been building up, and I've used them as resource nucs. And so what we're going to do now I've stopped taking brood off them, we are going to transfer nucs into wooden boxes, which will be a more permanent structure for the winter. And we are going to put a communal honey super on them, as we've done in the past and on other videos this year. So kind of will also help with the videoing.
Yes.
So we'll be absolutely top quality videoing today.
We'll try.
Okay. Thank you, Hannah.
Yeah.
So we didn't come with all the equipment I thought I needed. I didn't think I needed more lids. I thought I'd had this all set up last week for it, but I'm going to be short of some equipment, so we're not going to be able to complete this yard in one go. So we used a bit of smoke on these nucs. These nucs have been pretty good. I've been taking about a frame of brood every week on average this season. And what we're going to do is these are going to take the place of these. I've shuffled things along, but this nuc is going to go into that hive. And I was just here about 10 days ago taking brood out of here. And now let's see where we are. And they filled up again very, very nicely. So we've got good 5-frame nucs here. And also, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, because I'm also going to replace the hot guard strip while we're at it. So I'm going to set up the nuc and give the second hot guard treatment to each of these nucs as we go along. So serving a double purpose. Always useful to get 2 jobs done at the same time. So I'll just toss these out of the way. So first of all, we'll move these along. The reason I'm transferring them into wooden nucs is that these cardboard nucs probably just wouldn't last the winter like this. But they've got some resources here, plenty of pollen coming in. These look in pretty good shape. I moved a frame of foundation to the middle in replacement of the other ones I took out. And the queen is busy refilling it with brood. No eggs on this side, but plenty of young eggs and larvae, and eggs on this side. Brood up, I see a queen cell, a superseding cell. Now, in this hive, I see no reason for that to actually be there, apart from, well, who knows why. So I may leave that in place, that superseding cell.
In an established hive, would you rip it open?
No, superseding cells I tend to leave in place because the bees have detected something failing about the queen that otherwise we may not notice. Having said that, this year we've been having the weirdest superseders. They've been superseding for no apparent reason. Good quality queens. Here's our queen right here.
Oh yeah.
She looks in pretty good. Physically, she looks in great shape. We'll take the hot guard treatment off her. And that'll just composted. So she looks in great shape, but sometimes the bees can detect something going wrong with her, and sometimes maybe it's in response to the mite treatment going in there. So at the moment, this is a young queen. I'm pretty inclined to think that she's pretty good, but the rule of thumb would normally be let them supersede. If they're going to supersede, let them supersede. They know something we don't, so I'll let them get on with it just in case. There's a good deal of brood here, but maybe she could have put in a bit more. Maybe they think she should be doing a better job. So certainly I like her progeny because look how calm they are. They're really cool, calm, collected bees. I like that. So now I move everything over a bit.
Let me know if you need help.
Yeah, sure. Why is that one taller than this one? It shouldn't be. That's okay. Doesn't matter. Use a cloth anyway. Okay. So now the next one. Yeah, all the bees. Snoops are certainly ready for some extra room. Nice lot of brood here, right down from eggs to cat brood. Nice thing of cat brood there.
Beautiful.
A lot of cat brood. This is going to be a very strong little colony if I don't do anything about it. So we're going to keep all this brood in here and put them all to work, trying to maybe make a little bit of fall honey for us, because if we have a fall honey flow, it should start next week, and this is the time of year that we go back from being in dearth to being in honey flow, if everything goes well. I've got a odd queen cup here. I don't see any. The not queen cells are just not charged, so they haven't decided to swarm or anything, which is good. Lots of young brood on this comb.
Can I ask questions as you go?
Absolutely, please do.
What's the difference between a supersedure cell and a queen's cup?
Okay, well, just sort of pointing out the queen here while we're at it. Those last ones we saw were only just partially made. They were literally a cup. They're about as deep as they are wide.
Okay.
And there's nothing in them. These are, if they're extended with a larvae in them, they're a queen cell.
I see.
Queen cup is the precursor to a queen cell. It's what would develop into a queen cell if they should put a larvae in an egg in it and extend it and grow it. So a queen cell is a queen cup that has a larvae in it and it's starting to grow.
I see.
And once a queen cell is made, the bees are committed to raising a new queen. Queen cups can be there at any time. There's no commitment involved at all.
Okay.
It's just like, maybe it's just a reminder to the queen and say, look, we can replace you at any time we want. This little shot across the bows. So I have a bit of honey here. Whoop. Bit of nice capped honey here, right down into brood. And you can see that there's been a dearth. Here's a good sign that you've been in a dearth, because any open cells of honey have been eaten up right up to the honey, right up to this honey here. So I'm going to shake these bees off and show you. See how, well, they've had some food come in here. And so maybe there is a little bit of a nectar flow starting, but normally you'd see lots of this, but they've been eating it. They've been eating it up and taking and really opening honey cells right up and starting to uncap some, which is only done if there's a shortage of food coming in. So it seems it's been a bit on again, off again. So I've had some feeders going on in this yard, so that's probably sugar syrup, but they have been in dearth. They've been eating the food right up to the edge of the honey. Capped honey is, we'd consider permanent storage. Open cells, they'll use and fill and use and fill until circumstances have told them one way or another. So we know we've got a queen in about here. I've got a queen down here. So far they're not crossing each other. Lots of bees in this one in particular. Toss that over there. Now what we're going to do is put a little divider in. Now before, what I've been using for a divider, I'll use this, a bit of bubble wrap. I think I used duct tape before. I'm going to put this on here. Now we're going to put the queen excluder. Now that's going to stop the queen getting from here over to here, or from here over to here. So that has now stopped the mixture of the two queens. Then we can put the honey super on it. I'm trying something different here to seal this up. I'll try again just a bit of bubble wrap. They should, if I'm right, propolize this down and make for a good little waterproof seal. May not work that way. Put it on top of the queen excluder, try to put it downward, see how it works. It may be a seal for a little, open for a little while, but I think they're going to glue that down. Yeah, it sticks down quite nicely.
Nice.
So that's there. And then so what we have is two independent nucs, each with their own queen. Queen will keep busy rearing brood in this part of the hive, but now rather than needing another frame or taking a frame of brood out, they'll continue to rear a population up, but now they're going to move up through the queen excluder and together build up a surplus of honey. If we get a full honey flow, I'll be able to take a honey super off this, maybe even two, maybe even three. But then come the end of the honey flow, I can take this off, feed them up for winter, and they should be ready to go. So I can do the same thing with this lot over here. Do another pair. Wherever you like to be.
Sorry.
No, wherever you want to be.
I'm just better angle for this box.
Full of bees. Not all the nucs are going to be quite as strong as these ones. Oh, damn.
What?
I forgot to put the hot guard in those.
Oh.
Okay, so I'll get these done and we'll do hot guard to both of them.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not being a very good helper.
Building the comb here.
Now I know you have to put them in the same order.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, the bees build their brood nest in sort of layers. So it's like a bullseye. The brood is pretty much in the center of it.
I see.
Then it's surrounded by pollen, then it's surrounded by honey. And if you mess them around, you might have honey dividing the brood into different groups. It makes it most efficient for the bees to work the brood nest. And as the brood nest grows, they use up the honey, they use up the pollen, the brood gets expanded, they use up the honey, use up the pollen, the brood nest gets expanded. And that's why we keep on putting room at the top so they can keep on pushing honey further up the hive. But that's why we try and put everything back in the same order if we can do. You don't have to, but it keeps things, it disturbs the hive much less if you do. Nice lot of brood. Frame with mostly cat brood and some honey. Now, so far, each nuke that we've gone through has got roughly 2 frames of cat brood, plus another frame with open brood in it, or a couple of partial frames of open brood. This one's a bit smaller, it's got more foundation still to draw. Here's the queen again. Looking for space to lay. That way back to the original hive. Even though it looks different, it's now going to be a funny color instead of just white. They don't always build the comb right. Like, we often get things like this happening. So when we do, first thing is shake it off and scrape it off. And if they persist in doing this, it's usually a good idea to take this wax, melt it down, and recoat the frame, because most of the time it happens if there isn't quite enough wax on the foundation. And in this particular case, as it's all foundation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to preempt it. I've got a few spare combs over there, and I'm going to give them a new comb. Bear with me a second while I get some.
Now in my hives, they're building up, but it's like some of them have those combs going like down. Is that okay?
They're going down,
like
underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got a space underneath. Probably, and that's in your bottom brood chamber. They do an extension underneath it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very common. And that's often where they will take the opportunity to build brood, drone brood.
I see.
Well. Full of eggs and up to cat brood there. Cat brood. I don't smell the goldenrod here yet. But Hannah, you're saying that your bees are smelling of goldenrod now.
Yes, I'm up in New Hampshire, and the smelly sock smell is strong in my hive right now.
So hopefully we will get a goldenrod flow here. Many years I've not had a goldenrod flow, and the years that we do, we can fill up a super a week, sometimes 2 supers a week. put some hot guard on this time. Our divider on. That on. I'll open this back up. Hot guard 3 comes in packs like that. This is a pack I opened a couple of weeks ago. So when I did my treatment 2 or 3 weeks ago with this hive, it was too cold, too hot rather. No, so the nukes were too small to put Formic Pro on. So I put the hot guard on. But hot guard doesn't penetrate the brood like Formic Pro does. So instead, you have to have it on over a prolonged period. So as the brood emerges, the phoretic mites are exposed to the hot guard being moved around. Now we're ready. Put our queen excluder on and our honey super. And after that, I'm going to put you to work moving supers as opposed to holding a camera.
Oh, my light work is coming to an end.
Afraid so. Okay, we've got this on the honey super. And this piece is to stop the queens getting from one hive to another. And this bit is to keep the weather out.
I know you explained this in the car, but what is the benefit of sharing 2 hives?
Of sharing?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I don't have enough. I could put on top of the nuke, I could put a single super, nuke size super. But I like doing this, especially if you do it early in the year, they can make a lot of honey.
Mm-hmm.
If I've done this in June, in this yard, I've had each pair produce about 100 to 150 pounds of honey. And that would be 3 deep supers.
Yeah.
So I don't have enough small supers, small nuke supers to do that. So what and I have quite a few honey supers that I want to use and get cleaned up. So there's a danger of wax moth developing on some of these supers if I don't get them used. I've had such a poor year for honey this year. A lot of my honey supers are still unused this year, and I want to get them on hives. And this way, the bees can clean those up. And
work
even
together.
If they don't put honey in them, they're protected from wax moths for another season. So that's done. I've just put a lid on it. The hot guard on here. Okay, that's done. I'm just going to quickly put the hot guard on this one that I forgot. Problem with hot guard, one of the problems is, apart from it being a little less effective than Formic Pro, it's a messy as heck to use. But it's a very good standby and has its great, better than having no mite treatments in when you want them. Okay, so back on here. Good. Okay, Hannah, we're going to put you to work.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll just take that and then I can turn it off. So now we're going to put Hannah to work and we're going to get busy doing as much of the rest of the yard as we can. I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. See you next time.